Hello. I just want to talk a little bit about God's goodness and His faithfulness in my life. But first of all, I want to ask you guys a question. Why are you guys here today? And you don't have to answer it out loud, just think about it in your head. Okay, so I grew up in a Christian home, and one of the things that I looked forward to every summer was going to Vacation Bible School. I went to church, and I was taught about God, and I knew about God and about sin in the world, and I understood Jesus. I understood about Jesus and about how He died on the cross for my sins. So I remember actually praying the prayer with my parents when I was in 1st or 2nd grade, and I asked Jesus to come into my life. But there was no real application about how to be a Christian and how to actually have a relationship with Jesus at my house. So we were a Christian family, but I just never really understood how to live it out. Starting in about 8th grade, my parents went through a separation, and I remember praying to God a lot. And I really just wanted that relationship to be reconciled, and I couldn't understand why a huge Christian family, because our extended family is Christian as well, I couldn't understand why so much pain and so much hurt had to be going on. And then they got a divorce, and I pretty much gave up on God. In high school, it's not like that information that I had been taught in my head about God was gone, but I just chose not to use it and not to acknowledge it. I would never admit that I was a Christian, and there were teachers that went to my same church, and if they would bring up God to me, I would just shrug them off, or I would laugh. My friendships in high school, they were made up of competition. I was really big in sports and school, so I never was really able to go deep with people in high school, and I definitely struggled with that. So coming to college, did not want to come to Mesa. For some reason, I just hated the name, and that was why I didn't want to come. But I came anyways because my mom thought it'd be a good idea. So was here about a couple weeks into the semester. My suite mate decided to invite me to have lunch with her and her friends. And so I did, and it turns out to be a whole bunch of people that go to TNL, and I was just really shocked. I did not know that people existed that had a passion for Christ like those people did, and that were as loving as those people were. I was just taking it all in. It was something that was totally new for me. I wasn't able to be involved with TNL, but I was involved and touched by those people's lives, basically, that first year. Halfway through the first semester, I was like, wow, maybe I should take this God thing a little bit seriously, and I just realized how God had provided me with friends, and that was something that I struggled with for so long, and I didn't even ask. At this point, I didn't want to go to church. I didn't really desire just to pray to God. I never asked Him for friends, never asked Him for things. I was just doing it all on my own. But I just started to be a little bit humbled and realized that He was taking care of me. So last year, I was able to be a little bit more involved with TNL and meet more people, and I had just so many opportunities to grow and to learn, and this stuff really just started making sense. But I want you guys to know that TNL was not what made the difference. It was just the love of Christ through the people. That's what it was. And that just totally just rocked my world. I had an opportunity to go on a mission trip to the Dominican Republic this summer, and I went to Costa Rica to study. It was just a great summer, full of travels. But coming into this semester, I don't know, I just felt really discouraged. And I realized that it was because my insecurities that have stuck with me from high school, the competition that lives inside of me, just the struggle with friendships and struggles with things going on at home, I still wasn't able to give that up to God. I had learned about it. I learned that if you give things up to God, then His yoke is easy, and He wants to take care of you that way. But I just never really thought that that was for me. But coming into this semester, it was something that I had no other choice but to do that. Will somebody turn to Deuteronomy 4:29? Because this is such an awesome verse. And whoever gets to it, would you just read it out loud? Deuteronomy 4:29. The whole chapter is really awesome, actually. Okay.
But from there you will seek the Lord your God, and you will find him, if you search for him with all your heart and all your soul.
That just hit me really hard, and I realized that I wasn't giving my whole heart and my whole soul into actually seeking God, but that was a simple truth right there, that if we seek God, then we will find him. So this semester has been awesome. God has been so faithful in bringing me friendships and an awesome support system, and I just keep being blown away by God, and I'm just challenged to just trust him every day and to give up myself, because none of it is on my own strength. It's all just because we have to humble ourselves and really just realize that it's not us and it's about his glory and not ours. So looking back on this, I just realized that God has been pursuing me my entire life. Like, he put people in my life when I was younger, my vacation Bible school teachers, my Sunday school church people, and my parents. They taught me stuff. But God has been pursuing me when I was praying to him and when I wasn't praying to him, and when I was struggling, when I thought I was doing okay. I've just been blown away by that. And so I've kind of come to the conclusion that the pursuit of God is the only pursuit that really matters. Pursuit of happiness is kind of a lie, and the pursuit of God is something that we should strive for as Christians. So I just want to challenge you guys that to really look at what you're pursuing and ask yourself if it's worth it. Because the pursuit of God is really the only thing that matters, and that really will just change you. So thank you for letting me share.